Hey Divas, what's up? It's your girl Diva and welcome back to Diva's House and the start of Beauty 101. So yes, for the month of November, I'm going to be not only giving you guys on Mondays some fabulous tips, DIY tricks, but every tutorial Friday, you're going to get a different lesson. So I hope you guys are ready and strapped in and got your notebooks ready because it's time to check in for class. Stay tuned. Guys, so I'm back. So our first lesson this week for Makeup Mondays is going to be when to throw out that makeup. That's right, you guys. We're talking about when to throw out makeup and when it expires. So I'm very minimalist today, but I definitely want to just throw on a little bit of something. Have a little bit of foundation, mascara, and a cute little lippy from NYX. But some of these things that I have on are all things that at some point will expire and I will have to throw away. For example, my lippy from NYX is the Liquid Suede in Vintage. On the bottle, you will see, if you can, there is a little jar with a number and the letter M next to it, if you guys can see it. Now this is basically telling you the shelf life of the package. How many of you have thought about the shelf life of any of your makeup? Lots of us makeup junkies collect lots of makeup, but do we ever really think of when to throw it away? Do we have items in our collection that probably need to go? Probably yes. So here's tip number one. Make sure when you purchase your makeup, you remember or check to see if there is that little container symbol on your makeup packaging to tell you when to throw it away. Yes, at some point you have to throw these items away. If it does not come with that little symbol on there, the day that you open it, try to find a way to either label the date that you open that item. Say, like, for instance, mascara. Like, my MAC one is probably, well, this is not a great example because this does have the expiration date on it. But let's go with my e.l.f. gel liner. This packaging is pretty basic. There's no ingredients or anything on the container. This came in the e.l.f. packaging, which of course I threw away. But this doesn't tell me when I need to throw this out. So a great idea, if you can, let something like this, put a little sticker on the bottom and put the date that you opened it. This way you know when it's time to throw away. Now you're probably saying, but Diva, I still have a lot of product left in that container. Well, yes, we've probably all used stuff past its shelf life. We've probably had makeup last longer than the amount of time it said. But later on in the video, I will tell you why you should probably throw out that item. So let's move on. So I did a little research for you guys, and I went to a site called popsugar.com. And on the site, and I will post the same chart from Pop Sugar showing when you should throw your makeup out based on that item. Now for powders, including blushes, bronzers, and shadow, the normal shelf life of that is 2 years. So after 2 years, toss it out. Cream shadows and blushes, 12 to 18 months. Oil-free foundations, 1 year. Cream compact foundations, 18 months. Concealers, 12 to 18 months. Lipsticks and lip liners, 1 year. Lip gloss, 18 to 24 months. Pencil liners, 2 years. Liquid or gel eyeliners, 3 months. And mascaras, 3 months. Now, Some of us probably have some lipsticks from collections that we've probably not worn often. Now you probably said, I'm not going to throw that away. It's still perfectly good. A good trick for probably extending those type of lipsticks would probably be to just sanitize those lipsticks. But again, I will get to why you probably should throw away certain items if you are not using it, or it has surpassed its time and it needs to be thrown out. So let's dive into that. Alright, so I found another site that said why we should throw away our makeup. And it was from besthealthmag.ca. I'll post all the links to these things so you guys can go ahead and take a look at them if you were probably wondering. So one of the questions said, what are some of the effects of using old makeup? And the answer was fungal and bacterial growth may have developed and built up in old makeup, but at most products are packed with preservatives that it is worst case scenario. When using old makeup, you may find that the ease of application, color laydown, texture, and longevity of the product may be compromised, which would reduce the effectiveness of the formula. Again, this would determine the environment temperature. For example, where the product is stored. Is the area cool or warm? Eye and skin infections are the most common problems with old, used, and borrowed makeup. Never share makeup, ladies. Never share makeup, especially your mascara. Now you may say, Diva, but what about like something like my eyeshadows? You have to remember, even if you're sharing, say, like your eyeshadow pan, if you're not the type to say, with my makeup kit, I have to sanitize all that stuff down, whereas I wipe everything down after I've used it, sprayed it with alcohol. Although I'm using a brush, say that person goes and might have, say, like an eye infection or something like that, but it was the aftermath. There's still things there that can be transferred to another person. Now, they're dipping their brushes. Dip, dip, dip. Now, whatever stuff or secretions or whatever from their eyes from that leftover, say, infection is now on your palette. If you don't clean that off, now you go dip, 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 yes, you are going to end up with that eye infection and you're going to wonder where'd that come from. So yes, things like lipsticks, you definitely don't want to share that, especially the wands. And again, do not share your mascaras. So you want to avoid things like that. Let's see. So it says never share makeup, especially lipsticks, mascara, eyeshadows, and pencils. Unknown to you, the other person could have a silent, unseen, yet still infectious cold sore or eye infection that's easy to catch or pass on. Now, I've also heard, and with old makeup, you will know because it may cause irritation in your face. And another thing to think about is once you open that package, that makeup begins to start oxidizing and breaking down. You have now exposed it to air and everything else. The clock is starting from the time you open it to the time its lifespan. Now, is it going to degrade overnight and oxidize overnight? No. It's going to take time for that to happen, but remember, the clock is ticking from the time you open that product. So like I said, if you have items that don't have that little jar at the bottom and say the amount of months or number of years that it is that you can use it, then try to mark it with like a little sticker or something letting you know when you've opened it, so now you know how long you have till you have to throw that away. like a lot of us makeup junkies, like I said, we probably have lipsticks and lipsticks and lipsticks for days. I've noticed with watching a lot of my fellow YouTubers and some of the ladies in the makeup groups that every new collection we're buying tons of lippies. But we're not thinking about the fact that at some point we have to toss that stuff because either it may separate. It might even start smelling a little funky. You never know. Like, we don't think to smell it, but you might want to smell it just in case there's an odor to it because it sat there for so long. Now it's no good. But most case, a good indication of that is it may start to separate. So those are things that you want to pay attention to. And think about when you're buying all these different lipsticks, are you really going to wear all these lipsticks? Or are you just going to end up giving them away or having to throw them out? And that's money down the drain. And you know Diva don't like to waste no coin. So yes, make sure you're going to wear your lipsticks. If not, don't stack them all up. I know it's great to have all these collections, but at some point you're throwing money down the drain because at some point they're going to expire and they're going to be no good. So yes. Anyway, my fabulous divas, this is just the first of many videos. I just wanted to show this little video to you guys, letting you know when you need to throw makeup away, because at some point you're going to have to. So like I said, pay attention to those little jars at the bottom of your makeup. Most cases you will find them. Like, for example, MAC will have them at the bottom of their products. So at the bottom of the bottle here, there's like a little jar and it says 24M. So that I know that I have 24 months to use this product, which is basically 2 years. After that, it's in the garbage. So it's a good thing to use up. Try not to keep too many products if you're not going to use them on a daily basis, because guess what? At some point you're going to have to toss them. Also, if it does not come marked, because makeup, unlike food, doesn't have to come with an expiration date, but it's good to have. If it's something like my e.l.f. gel liner, it was on the packaging but you threw the packaging away, put a little sticker at the back. This way you know when it's time to throw that item away. So that's all, divas. Stay tuned for more. Look out for Tutorial Friday, because on Friday we're talking about priming that face for success. Yes, guys, we're dealing with priming that face for oily skin to dry skin to normal skin. So guys, I will see you on Tutorial Friday. And in the meantime, y'all know what to do. Y'all stay bad, because you know your girl is too.